Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to continue the coverage of the World Championship on this channel. Let's just jump into the draft. We have Gen G versus LGD. Gen G is the one that I predict to take the first seed in this group. Ornn ban on blue side. Ornn or something that LGD won with, but I think this was only against play-in teams. I think LGD, it's important to not underrate them just because they looked bad in play-ins. Many teams have looked bad in play-ins, have figured a lot of stuff out through those play-ins. A lot of their issues have been highlighted, and this gives them time to figure it out. So it's a Fate ban, Graves ban, all champions that Peanut enjoys playing, but this means that Nidalee is open, Kindred is open. Let's see if Clid is going to bust out his Nidalee pick here. There's also the question of if Renekton first pick is going to happen here for Rascal. Rascal is a big Renekton player. Renekton Nidalee is a deadly combination. You take Nidalee, maybe enemy takes Renekton, and then maybe you don't have answer. Nidalee banned now. This means Peanut is most likely going to go for Kindred, but you have no fear in that, no fear at all. You think of the jungles that are strong right now. Maybe Clid is going to play Evelynn. We have Lucian first pick for BDD. We enjoy that. Are they going to take Renekton? That's the question. Renekton Evelynn could be an answer, but Lucian can still go top, and some of the LCK teams do indeed play it. Really against Lucian might work, but it's very coin flippy. Renekton becomes the lock-in, and then the question is, Kramer's going to just pick Ashe here. Ashe should be the priority AD carry when it comes to the World's group stage, but already from the get-go you are much happier with blue side, right? Much happier. You just pick Lucian and then that's it. You are golden. It seems like LGD are looking to counterpick jungle. I think Evelynn, and then maybe Peanut's gonna pick Lee Sin into Evelynn. Is that the plan here? I can see a world where Gen G just straight up also pick Ashe here, Ashe Evelynn, and wait with top 4 later. And then depending on what they pick in the jungle, if there's a Lee, for example, just look in the Malphite again. Gragas can go jungle, so this, support, so this is a flex. I've been talking a lot about Gragas support on this channel, so this is not something we can assume is instantly going to go into jungle, but it's definitely, a decent champion. Clid at the World Championship last year was one of the best Gragases, or is it Gragai? One of the best Gragai and in the whole tournament. And considering there's a lot of jungle bans, it doesn't, shock me that Gragas is locked in here. And then we have a ruler Ashe, Kramer might go Jhin, and there's the Kindred. And picking Kindred into these three is really troll. So already Gen G first three, big draft win. I think it all comes down to what they lock in as the choice into Renekton. Malphite, you don't want to pick too much into Kindred because the nature of the ultimate makes it pretty good against all-in. I like that LGD recognize that this is a life, where the enemy can easily lock in the Gragas support and just pick something else for jungle. But I think Gragas jungle is perfectly happy to play against Kindred, let's be honest. The ultimate is very good against Kindred, naturally. Kindred can potentially cause some damage because of how slow the Gragas clear is, but Kindred's clear speed is not that high either, so it's very unrealistic to rely on that. I'm hoping, there's also an option of going for a Lucian top and potentially looking for Echo mid lane, but knowing Gen G stylistically how they like to play, the odds of them going Lucian top is very low. But if they do so, of course, Echo is a very nice lock-in into Syndra, but it's not so good into Kindred and Renekton. You want to keep yourself at a long range. An Orianna would be quite nice. Maybe an Azir could be nice too. Imagine Azir against these champions. You are very happy. But Lucian mid is just as happy, so I don't think they're going to pivot from that. They're just going to look to pick a Tonk in the top side. Maybe they call Kennen. Kennen could be really good. Kennen is a champion that is kind of forgotten. But also, Syndra, Kindred are fine against Kennen. You need to kind of pick and choose where you give and take. But probably, Kennen wouldn't surprise me. Volibear, alright. It's okay. Volibear doesn't excite me too much, but it makes sense when you have an AP jungle to pick it into the Renekton. Renekton Volibear, I think Renekton has the easiest setup when it comes to ganks. And I think 1v1 Volibear can win, but he needs to always perma push, so his the way he plays the game is very, very obvious. I think he's not allowed to even hover Samira. I think he's gonna get told by the referees, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? You're not allowed to hover this champion. Because usually at World Championship, you're not allowed to hover any champions that is disabled. So this is Mark being a little gangster. We have the Sett lock-in as well. Sett can still go jungle, Gragas can still go support, but I doubt it. They need AP damage, and if Gragas goes support, they don't have any. Volibear is kind of mixed in terms of how you itemize against him, but Gragas solo AP we don't mind too much. You know, the itemization options. You know, for example, Ashe, if the enemy has Mercury or Ninja Tabi, the effect is pretty similar. Of course, Tabi reduces damage and Mercury reduces CC, but we've had this conversation on this channel many times why full AD comps are better than full AP comps. This is a very, very AD heavy comp though. Shea has TP advantage in mid and BDD went for the Ignite. Interesting tech choice. I think early on Lucian should have an advantage, and the question is how much can Peanut help Shea to get an advantage with this TP. I think Peanut is a bit exposed within this game. Nidalee banned, Graves banned, and then he goes for Kindred. Kindred is not a champion that works in every scenario. I think they gave Kindred a lot of value with the Volibear pick, and that's why I was suggesting to potentially go for Kennen. I think if they went Kennen, it probably would have been better, and I think Kindred would have struggled in this game. But you know, the argument against Kennen is you would have Kennen and Gragas in the same team, which is not that good for 2v2 top. But I think as a team, you know, Genji, just ignore top. Don't go top. Rascal is a rock. Don't need to pick Volibear. Just make him survive. Pick him matchups that are good for the game. And just play for mid-bottom. Ruler in Life, in my opinion, is the best laning bot lane at the whole tournament. I think they do a lot of tricks in order to really suffocate you. Nice there from LGD to you know, block the volley from the Senna there. The melee minions are dying first. Genji life with the W skill on level 1. Oh, look at BDD's movement, man. Oof. BDD's movement. Very, very sexy. That's a stun and that's a Q. No electrocute, this is a phase rush. Syndra. Peanut focusing on large camps. Will get level 3 from the silly red buff. Considering he doesn't have a talisman, taking Raptors for him is going to be very, very wonky. Not sure what he's doing. Peanut is wasting a bit of time, but I think his team just notified him that there are 2 wards on top side. Lucian is prio, Volibear is prio, and they can't contest it. He's not going to go into top side, goes into bottom side. But either way, you know, looking at the map state, any decision Peanut makes here is going to be slightly dangerous. But Klid is just farming away. This is something that he does very often. And life goes for a ward. Genji are good at stabilizing, you know. Genji is the SKT of this tournament in terms of how we evaluate them. Very strong laners across the board. And sometimes not so active in the early parts of the game if they feel comfortable in doing so. Because they have so strong lanes to be able to set up wards. Peanut gets the smite off. And also no mark. So good for Genji that they won the lottery here. These wards are going to run out, so Peanut will have a little window where maybe he can do some sneaky beaky, but the window's gone. I thought Klid was going to go for Raptors before he goes for the crab, but he's too afraid to do so. Now Renekton can move into River though if they want to try something spicy, but if Renekton loses too much time here, it might become a little bit difficult because he's not going to have the base timer. Because here Volibear already based, and now Renekton wasted time, and now he needs to lane with a Doran Shield disadvantage. Or LGD actually fighting back in the bot side. Okay, okay. This is huge. Very, very huge. I think if Sett doesn't find any advantages in lane from 1, 2, 3, he begins to be outscaled by the Leona in the lane phase. Because Leona no longer is a target for Sett. Early on, some lanes have enough damage to kill a Leona from 1, 2, 3, but when Leona has like 2 points in W, Sett can only engage on one person, and that makes how Sett plays the lane so much more telegraphed. And as long as Senna is safe, Leona can hit first, and they can look to poke with Leona as a melee champion, and that's super, super huge for the matchup. So far so good. In terms of scaling, honestly, it's a toss-up. Like, Zeke's arm guard value is so high. Cookie, what are you eating, man? What are you eating, Cookie? Cookie, what is this? Okay. I missed this. I'm gonna just take a step back. Cookie is distracting me. Alright, Cookie, just play with it, okay? Here. There you go. Go play with it. Just don't eat it. Nice movement here from Peanut. He finds a little angle. But Rascal had no reason to push this next wave, because he pushed his wave and it bounced, and then Gragas is going on to the top jungle camps. But if I understand at the same time, because he feels relatively safe because of the vision he has, but Peanut finds a clever workaround. Very, very nice here. Rascal still has flash, and Gragas is moving. Gragas has Predator on, he's jogging up there. Rascal, solid as a rock, man. Solid as a goddamn rock. Very nice. Clever gang from Peanut, but with the play there, Lang was the one that burned flash here. That's why I put Rascal on my 5th on the top tier list, man. This, in terms of playing weak side, Rascal is definitely one of the best in the business. He's kind of like a Gimgoon that dies less. Oh, sorry guys, I keep forgetting to not move the camera. I am so sorry. So sorry. I apologize, please. Please. Don't make a comment about it, guys. Don't make a comment. Gragas use Predator though. That's gonna be helpful. You can see how Gen G just push lanes, get the vision down, make sure that nothing funny business is gonna happen. BDD with a very dangerous dash there. Like, he could have potentially put himself in a bad lane position here. Here, a very nice move from BDD and from Clid, just to throw the barrel, make sure that they are the ones that have the prio coming into the bot side crab, and now they're going to look for an invade. That's why Lucian just went for the hard trade with the ult, to make sure that Syndra cannot participate in this fight, because now invading blue buff becomes a really good option here. Lucian, it might look like he's but the man has biscuits, and those give you a lot of mana. That's a flash and a cleanse. Should be okay. Not sure why Gen G is forcing so goddamn hard. Ruler has flash. Peanut has flash too. In this scenario, Life used his flash, and Rascal's just going for the bottom dive. They're committing all the way here. I don't know why. Let me take a step back here. Like, what's Lang doing? So Lang went for mid-roam. What on earth? He went for mid-roam. This is kind of strange. Like, the timer of the mid-roam is very odd. Like, we're looking at the minimap and he's on mid and doing absolutely nothing, giving Volibear full prio. Volibear also itemized way better as Ninja Tabi into Renekton. And then here he gives a TP opportunity. The pink ward is down from what Gragas put it, I believe, or maybe Lucian. Doesn't matter. He goes down in the bottom side. Renekton, no TP. And Rascal, honestly, with the way he played lane, he burnt Renekton's flash, has TP advantage with how he played it. And he got the base timer. Rascal's 1v9 in the fucking game, man. Holy Rascal, man. Rascal just fucking smurfed this game, man. Gen G were doing some questionable trades here and there, but it all makes sense now that you look at it. Gen G are just hard trading to make sure that low HP. They're calling that Volibear is gonna have a TP timer, and it looked fucking delicious. I'm surprised that Mark actually managed to survive, and whatever Lang is getting here, like one plating, whatever, it doesn't mean that much, considering Rascal now impacted bottom. Bottom wave is in a bad shape, and Renekton is definitely getting outplayed here by Rascal. Rascal is playing so good. Here he comes. Boom. Dunk. Kramer has nowhere to flash, so he doesn't use it. Understandable. And then Mark just survives here. Not sure how he survives. He just flashes out. That was the move. Cookie, please, don't eat plastic. Do you want me to kick you out of the room? Please. Stop eating plastic. Like, what's up with cats and eating plastic? It's driving me crazy. Cookie, please. Please, Cookie. I love you very much, but plastic... If plastic was good for you, I would give you all the plastic in the world. She has flash. Kind of weird there. Like, you see how she like misclicks? Like, look at this. He kind of misclicks and walks towards set. When in reality, he should just proc phase rush and walk away. Kindred is on the location. Kindred stands years ahead. But how impactful will Kindred really be in this game when Gragas is in the enemy team? And the enemy team is also, like, a lot of their damage is ranged and can definitely kite Peanut. Here is like a position which I appreciate way more in when it comes to the Rift Herald. Like, Gen G are not committing with their AD. Ashe should be just hitting the bottom. Like, why is Ashe moving? Like, Ruler, just hit bot. Your team is currently smurfing the fight. Hit the eye, 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 the goddamn eye! Yeah, Gen G are just winning the 5-4v5, but they overextended. Like, they should just be so happy with what they gained already. Because any extension here just is bad. Like, gaining the Herald and getting the platings bot, there's no reason to chase. And LGD get concentrated gold onto Kinder Egg. So that's that really, really matters. 2 kills onto Kindred. No reason to extend. We can take a look back, but I imagine we're going to get a replay. Definitely going to get a replay. Ruler hesitating there. I didn't like that, man. Last time Ruler was at Worlds back in 2018, the first game that he played, he was also very, very nervous. There's a Kindred ult to save Xie. Nicely done from Peanut. Like, my cat is driving me crazy. He's just chilling here, looking like he's about to hunt a gazelle in the savannah. But here, just don't dash forward. Like, you won the situation so fucking hard. There's no reason for you to go. And here, you're just trading kills for no reason. Like, Ashe is getting 2 platings, so much minions on bot. You got the Rift Herald too. No reason to go at all. Just relax and calm your nerves. First game, no problem. Still a very dominant position for Gen G. Senna lost super much. I was talking about the Rift Herald proposition here, right? Gen G recognized that they could find a fight before Senna arrived, so they used that little moment in time where they could fight 4v4. Won the fight because Klid smurfed it and really found GA and hit him where it hurts. Ashe should just commit and push all the way because Senna's already moving, and if Senna stays, I believe that Senna should be losing in the 1v1, but probably not enough for it to matter because Senna can heal herself up and can potentially trade decently. Senna also has the ult, Ashe has the ult. I don't think Senna should be committing there. Like, Ashe just got way too much. Like, this is a 30 CS advantage, which makes Ruler look super good. But in all honesty, this game, in the lane phase moments, I think Gen G looked evenly matched. This is a Xie TPing in with an unstacked Zeeker's arm guard looking to one-shot an Ashe here, which is very silly. Like, this is QR as well. Like, this is a pathetic combo. Very bad call from LGD. We saw him play, and when the clock struck 10 and any moments beyond that, LGD lose all of their senses. They lose their sense of smell, they lose their sense of sense, they lose everything that, you know, helps decision making. They go for this, they try to defend, Xie TP'd bottom, and now we have another stump on our hands. I don't know why I'm holding this brush. This is what I use to clean my screens, but I was using it to distract Cookie away from the sausage plastic. Okay, LGD. Interesting opportunity here. Maybe Ruler is going to get caught. He is rooted and should die here. Pretty straightforward. That's a nice kill. Maybe Gen.G won't be able to do Drake here. A bit of an overextension from Gen.G, and LGD find a punish. I just want to take a look at how they snuck into that position. So Leona and Kindred are now walking in. They are pink warding Tribush, and then they're just chilling. Oh, nice. I like this. This is very good. So maybe not quite as stomp as the previous games. Still, when we consider the state of the game now, trying to remember how Volibear died. How did Volibear die? Oh, Volibear died at the fight. Well, now Rascal's hard work when it comes to the lane phase is all kind of lost. Black Cleaver on Renekton, he's in good state. He got a kill, of course, at the Rift Herald. And we'll see now if Volibear is actually going for Trinity Force, if he's going for the Black Cleaver Iceborne Gauntlet build. Well, to look at the game state, we have to look at everything that's going on. Gragas being so strong puts him at a massive advantage when it comes to the 2v2 in mid lane. I think 3v3 bot side, that's where LGD have the most chance, because there's no Blade Ruin King on Ashe, and she's very, very weak right now, which is very surprising for me to say when I put you know, Gen.G in that light, that the bot side is currently the weak aspect of the game. 2v2 should be super easy mid though. There's no Luden's Echo in comparison to Essence Reaver. He finished Cull. Gragas is super fed. 2v2 mid is very, very free. I'm not sure why Kindred is going for Black Cleaver. I really like the crit build that Kongyu went for. I've seen people do Essence Reaver as well. Essence Reaver looks on paper pretty good. Ooh, snap. Jesus. Holy. That was quick and easy. I remember when we were preparing against Gen.G, we made it very, very clear that when you're ahead on tempo, you need to regain tempo the right way, because they're going to sit and wait. Gen.G does this a lot. So basically, when you don't have vision on the map, a lot of the times, a lot of players are just going to prance through their jungle as if they can just do that. Klid should be completely okay. It's no problem at all. He's just throwing some barrels. Klid's ice cold. Walks away. Well, I was talking about Gen.G is that when they have tempo advantage, they sit and wait for you, man. And they are waiting for that mistake that is so common. Just like Peanut did. He's just chilling in his jungle, clearing some jungle camps while his team is moving back on the map. But in those positions, you need to go through your lanes and regain tempo by just grouping up and giving up some of that jungle space for a small moment. Because if Gen.G is sitting in the jungle and waiting for you, and you in lanes, eventually they have to catch those minions that are going to be lost to the tower if you don't. But this is something that is always good to do on Gen.G's side or anyone's side, because it allows you to, in positions where towers are gone, let's say LGD have no mid tower, all of a sudden sitting in your jungle turns into a potential pressure when it comes to the wave that is coming up. If the tower is still alive, then not so much, but you can still, of course, find flanks and get a more favorable fight than chilling with a set in the middle of the lane. We talked about many times on this channel about how you can make yourself bigger by being in Fog of War, and just sitting in Fog of War as a support that is engaged it just makes you so much larger than showing yourself constantly. It's the same, like let's draw up the concept here, right? Let's say your champion range is a circle this size, okay? This is my ranges, this is the space that I'm zoning. So let's say this is Leona E range. Obviously it's a bit longer than this, and then like ult range is much longer than this, but you get my point. If I go into this bush, all of a sudden, everything that is Fog of War extends the bush. So all of a sudden my range becomes this big. And think of it in a world now where you are in Fog of War and you control a full quadrant. All of a sudden, that circle of engage becomes so much bigger, right? So much bigger. So it's very important to use Fog of War. So if I draw on the map now, let's say you get one mid-prio together, then you go into the enemy jungle, you get vision, then Ashe is going to go back into mid lane, and then with support and jungle, you just keep hiding in this space. You make yourself so much larger, you pressure topside, you pressure mid at the same time, and this is what made Fnatic so good in 2019 and also G2 so good in 2019. They were doing this way more than anyone else because the other regions were constantly showing on lane and they couldn't really fake pressure and force the matter as good as some of the European teams. LPL teams also, I guess FPX were very, very good at this, and now we see it more and more commonly. This is something that Gen G do well as well. Yeah, I didn't think about the set interaction as well with Kindred. You can just toss someone like a pizza dough out of any ultimate that Kindred might lay, and Ruler dies. Wow. It's a very, very strange day where the players that you expect to perform the absolute best aren't performing that well. Because Ruler face checks here and dies, and he just takes a very, very poor pathing. LGD did a good job of contesting bottom side jungle. They took over the space, and Gen G took a fight. You know, they tried to you know, just kill off Peanut, and Ruler had no business being there. You know, just face checked onto Xia, and Xia could do a full clean combo and one-shot Ruler. So that's very strange. The reason I say this is because Knight wasn't particularly impressive, you know, in the first game on his Akali. His performance was kind of irrelevant. And then we had Chovy. His performance was also the worst out of any player on that team. And now if we look at Gen G, Ruler looks like the worst performer today too, which is kind of absurd. Kind of absurd if you think about it. Just gonna change song. But that violin sounded really old. I don't think BDD is in any kill ranges like the man has no magic mantle. That's a flash. Jesus Christ. I think Gen G are choking a little bit. Wow. That is... that's awful. Jesus. LGD still in this game. Definitely still in this game. Why the fuck are LGD buying 3 black cleavers? Like, that just puts them gold-wise way more behind than they really are. Like, this is Senna getting a black cleaver, Kindred's getting a black cleaver, you get a black cleaver, you get a black cleaver, and you get a black cleaver. Like, Oprah is like just handing them out. Jesus Christ, man. Oh. What's BDD doing? Like, he's no magic mantle. He's out. Just fucking walk away. Like, I don't know what the fuck that was. Jesus. And Renekton just TPs. Good vision from before that we spoke about. That's nuts. Yeah, Mark has done a good job of taking care of vision this game. I think definitely he did a more decent job than live so far. Mark took the right risks to get deep vision, and now he's also clearing the enemy vision. Mark is now walking towards Syndra, and Syndra that was so shattered is now in an okay state. Renekton the same way, like Rascal had a beautiful performance, but now Renekton is in a fantastic state, besides the abundance of black cleavers on the red side. I think as Gragas you can't really go Mercury this game. I think Sorcerer's Shoes is just too valuable. Like, of course you want Mercury against Leona and some of the CC that they might throw out, but Sorcerer's Shoes when you're solo AP is just too OP. Like, you're pretty mobile as Gragas, you can play around things. Mark has had a pretty good performance in this game so far. Okay. Okay. Klid also mechanically playing well. The Gragas is on point so far. Klid's someone that everyone was skeptical about just because of his inconsistencies, but when he plays well, he plays really, really well. Thorin is having a field day. He looks at BDD as overrated, and I don't know if he has changed his opinion or has changed his mind, but yeah, if he's gonna do flashes like that, then definitely it's overrated. Well, looking at this game alone, Ruler also is overrated, but we're not jumping to conclusions after one game on this channel. This is Gen.G warming up a little bit, but this game is definitely in the air. We don't have any soul points anytime soon. I think LGD, their Black Cleavers, is the only thing that makes this a question. You know, Black Cleaver, the conversation of Black Cleaver may be overblown a little bit because the move speed is nice on all of these champions. The stats that these items have, even though they might not be completely gold efficient, because the armor shred is not fantastic in this game. The move speed, the 20% CDR, the HP, the AD, these are 4 stats that are very, very premium. Like in a lot of cases, you can't compare it to the stat efficiency of some other items, because HP, CDR, AD on one item is just, wow, it's just fantastic, you know? It's really, really good. So keep this in mind. They're not going to be like coming into the next Drake fight and just all to lose because they have 3 Black Cleavers, but it's a bit silly. Like, the armor shred is definitely, like, very, very pointless. Peanut is in very good state, level 12. Very strong coming into this, as the Ash Arrow lands. Mark tries to stun, but he lands it on... Ooh, wow. Very nice here, because Life is trying to, you know, combo here. He gets into the backline, but doesn't get E off. Doesn't get E off and no W off as well, and the CC chain from Mark is just too strong. The CC chain and then the W of Renekton, and he just gets popped on the head. PD has no ult. Volibear is running in. All the Black Cleavers are removing his armor. And Rascal dies. And we have 2 for 1. Gen.G have the better position. But is his positioning enough for them to get the Drake? Okay. I wonder if LGD could just contest this. Because I don't believe in a world where like turning is that easy for Gen.G. Right now, Gen.G are just playing for Volibear TP. Volibear TP is happening in 5 seconds. That's why they're chasing, dodging the stun. Volibear TP is no longer on the cards because the enemy went too far away. Maybe Nash Pressure is not a bad call either, because the enemy is definitely looking to base because they have some gold in their pockets. Oh, hi Mark. Nice stun from Shie, but the QSS lands. Ooh, nice Kindred ult. Okay. But still, Gen.G have an opportunity to pressure. The only issue is that tanking Nash is kind of tricky. Volibear has armor. He's going to heal with his W, so that's alright. The point here of Gen.G's players is just want to keep LGD here. They don't want him to base, because if a fight happens and Marcus is low HP, it's going to be a good one. The stun lands and Klid might die. Klid is in danger. Like, Klid is dead, I think. Ooh, he has flash. He flashed with Mark. He's not dead. I didn't think he had flash up. Lang X goes too far. Lang Xin for some. Rascal doing a drive-by. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure how, you know, just Klid's positioning is kind of weird. He turns out to be so close to the wall, and you know, in a world where Volibear is just tanking this and Klid is not in a bad position, like what is Klid doing on this side of the wall? What is he possibly trying to accomplish? The man is doing red. This is incredibly greedy. Like, he could just be on the other side of the wall already, and then maybe LGD would like overcommit, and maybe they could find something. Like, the reason that Gen.G want to keep LGD here is because of Mark's HP, as we mentioned before. But I think Klid's decision to stay and do red was just terrible. I think Fnatic and TSM fans are watching this and like, yeah, this is beatable. This is definitely beatable. If this is the level that Gen G will continue with, then for sure it's beatable. Oh, nice Rascal. Very nice Rascal. Just walk away, life. Walk away. Approach velocity. Not sure why Gragas is here. It's not necessary. I think you just play it slow and be happy with the HP that they're trading. Because Renekton was chunked and then all is good. I don't know how Renekton died now. I wasn't paying attention to the bottom side of the screen. What on earth was he doing? He just dashed in? Like, look at this. He just dashed in to cancel the recall, or how did LangX die? Look at it, he just dashed in to cancel the recall. What an absolute maniac. Holy. Like the Black Cleaver on Volibear is way more understandable than anything else, because obviously they are a very AD heavy composition, so Volibear is gonna hit whatever Lucian and Ashe hit, and now the armor items are beginning to show up. The Zhonya's is finished, the Ziggs armor was there all along. We have the anti-crit Randon's Omen for Volibear, Leona is strong, the Black Cleaver is reasonable for Volibear in this game, and he reaches 40% CDR, and it's definitely not bad in this game. Kindred needs a lot more marks to be giga useful in this game. She just needs that the range growth. Because for now, maneuvering a Kindred in fights against Lucian, Ashe, and Gragas is very tricky. Like if Volibear and Sett overextend, then it becomes easier because you have pretty straightforward target selection for Kindred. But in other cases, approaching these three champions is close to impossible. Volibear just going full tank, has full CDR, has to kill people on cooldown. Morello finished on Gragas. You just get the Zhonya into death cap. Like, you need to pump your AP numbers. It was already healing reduction on Ashe. Like, you're not gonna ever hit different targets. Healing Kindred Senna, Renekton, if anyone wonders. That's the arrow, misses. LangX was spotted here, so Rascal is just marking him, which is the right approach. That's the only way Renekton's going to be useful if he finds a very good flank. Mark with the ult that whiffs. 2k down, 2k HP, and that's... What? Look at the Gragas ult on 90 HP. Boom. Both junglers use their smite at... Wait, what did Clid smite? Because Clid has a smite on. Wow. Yeah, Peanut's smiting way too early. And also here a mistake from Peanut that the way he uses E didn't put him over any threshold here. He just kind of used E casually, like in this moment. Like look how he uses his E. So E comes on now, and then it's not a part of the burst that puts it in kill range for his smite. So he bursted it very poorly here, and then Clid was just trying to ult smite, and Peanut just smited too early or smote, who cares, and it didn't really pan out. And then the fight position, Rascal is just trying to deny Langx from any entry. Langx has his flash and full rage. Volibear is very, very deep, but it's a good item choice usage. Okay, Langx trolling. Yeah, honestly, don't want to be that guy, but I think if Langx played this game better, this game would have been a lot more competitive. Clid, for sure, the standout MVP. I think everyone else had some poor moments, but Rascal also did a lot of heavy legwork. Boom. Very nice Gorgo Stone play there. Clid also cancelling Renekton E. It's pretty cool. Actually, he didn't highlight, sorry. He like E'd him when he was Wing. It looked like he cancelled the E, slice and dice of Renekton. Renekton has no reason to commit like this, he can just wait. Just wait. And now if we're in the position where Nashor gets forced in this window before Infernal gets spawned, Renekton no flash honestly makes him kind of useless. Lucian 3-core, rapid fire cannon. I think static shiv Lucian is very underrated because you stack it very fast because of your passive. You know, and static shiv damage is very, very high. And when you have Storm Razor, I think the slow is very, very oppressive, and I wish more AD carries experimented with more. I'm not sure what's going through LGD's mind here. Like, look at Syndra's position. They're contesting mid prio, and LGD is just so scattered. Like, Langx is not even finished pushing bottom. This makes absolutely no sense. This is like, you do this against TSM, you do this against Fnatic, and you do this against Genji, you're just gonna get punished. Like, any team that has any sense is going to find these opportunities. Like, Mark is playing like he has 3 Syndras behind him. That wasn't great. Wonder if Peanut is going for Essence Reaver now, but that would overcap him on CDR. I'm not sure what he's going for. Wait, what's happening with Ruler? Like, why does he have a piece of paper around his ear? Look at him. He has a piece of paper around his ear. Is he, like, injured or something? I hope he's okay. LTD with the planes buff. Staying within the game, but looking at the itemization that is showing up in preparation for this dragon, Syndra hasn't reached any crazy breaking points. Forced to go voice staff very early on. Zonia second. No death cap spellbinder combinations. This Syndra, the current state of the affairs, is not scaling so well. And Ashe has farmed super well, sitting on 4 core. This Ashe is ready to redeem herself coming into this game. And the next dragon fighter will decide the game. Like this Infernal Soul. Of course, if LGD get it, then okay, but usually the fights are going to turn out to be such big brawls because Genji know that they will be winning this game if they get it. Just a big item gap on the carries. Like Ashe and Lucian are just so incredibly strong in comparison to Senna and Syndra. And Volibear, as long as he, like as long as Seth, for example, keeps ult for Renekton, then all will be good. And then Gragas ult hold for Kindred ult, then all will be good. I think Lucian and Ashe will carry naturally the fights if the rest of the pieces cover for any potential weakness that BDT and Ruler have. LGD needs to pray that they won't shot someone, catch someone with Leona ult, but that's so unrealistic. It's very unrealistic. Well, it's happening, right? Genji is a bit divided here in position. They're approaching Drake, spawning in 10. Okay, that's decent. That's decent. We take that. LGD getting some poke. Arrow, terrible arrow. Keep in mind he has no vision here, that's why it looks worse than it is, but it wasn't that good. BDD getting chunked. Very good situation for LGD. Wow, Mark landing, man. There's the pizza dough flip for Genji. Okay. Genji getting caught by some key spells and wasting arrow and so forth keeps LGD in the game. The poke that landed is so important. BDD getting stunned by Syndra. She delivering when it matters. Looking at the items, it just looked kind of doomed. But the poke landed for LGD, and in longer fights, of course, Senna's gonna get a lot of value. And if Syndra can rotate a couple of combos, that also helps. I felt like Genji just didn't recognize what position they needed to be in due to the nature of Fire Soul being the soul of the map. All that space here that they're fighting around is just gone, and they're trying to contest the wrong space. I think if anything, you want to be in this area instead of funneling yourself into this. You want to be in this, and then the enemy comes into you. That's where you want to be. You want to fight in open spaces, because if BDD is no HP, and then Mark finds him, but the kill doesn't land, but life does indeed die. It looks like Kramer is going for a Infinity, but Lord Dominik's is just better. I don't know which one is the one that has the higher armor penetration. I always confuse them. Just the one without Grievous Wounds is the one you should go for. Not sure where it goes IE. It's kind of universal knowledge that the other choice is just better. Because Senna doesn't scale with crit the same way as other champs. Kindred taking it upon herself to be the one to kill Volibear with this itemization. Okay, Rascal is ult on. And Genji seemed to be choking a little bit. Rascal can base and TP back. Snash is going down fast, but it's not for free. Like, there's a warden there. Oh, it is indeed for free. They get it. Zhonya. No Zhonya. Okay. No Zhonya for Gragas. This is inhib. I don't think it's end, but it's definitely inhib. Wow. That just seemed like what is life? What is life positioning here? The ward there as well. Like, what's life doing? Like, what's he doing here? Like, the enemy team is at Drake. Of course they're gonna access through here. He needs to be here. The Volibear TP needs to be here too. Like, they need to play front to back. You have Ashe, Gragas, and Lucian. My goodness. Then no Zhonya's here for Klid. Maybe he has cooldown, I don't see. But if he has it, he should use it. And Peanut flashes, and at least Ashe gets one kill. Wow. Can they end? I doubt they can end. I think inhib. Inhib sounds is reasonable in my ears. Next Drake 2 minutes. Are they going for end? No. They can't. They can't end. They can't. Should have trusted my gut. Good stuff from Lang, Shin. Did some mistakes here and there, but this was good. This is very good. I wish we could see how many stacks Peanut has, because that's actually super relevant to the impact of Ashe and Lucian here. Very, very important. Next Drake, same thing stands. LGD can live to fight another day. Gen.G can seal the deal with this soul. But with how some of these fights have gone, like with the way Gen.G has played, I don't even think Soul would have saved them. There was many things that that LGD just executed on better. A lot of poke spells landing and key champions on the left side were just falling. Senna now 4 core, Ashe 5 core. She no death cap, but I imagine maybe he takes Wolves, bases, TP's back. He just needs to find gold for death cap before this fight. It's gonna be a big difference maker if he doesn't have it. Here's the death cap. The moment we've all been waiting for. Gen.G have a better position. They're fighting for the right area. Now this is the space that they want to control, want to maintain vision here. And if the enemy funnels through, this is where Ashe and Lucian will hold their stand. Whoever goes through here is going to be the loser. If Gen.G pass this line, then they've passed the do not cross line and they're going to just die. So let's see how LGD crack this. Lang should probably just dash over the wall. Oh, they're finding entry. LGD finding entry. So LGD in a decent position. Somewhat even. I think LGD slightly better. Slightly better position. The invis is on. Gen.G gave up the position. Ooh, Mark. Kite backwards. Mark dies. Black Cleaver doing work. Kindred ult is down. Life engaged for no reason. Just play patient. Gets the sun off. Life is alive. Phase rush is on. And this is a 1-5 for Gen.G. Yeah, the moment Gen.G actually just kite and recognize that Ashe and Lucian can kill all, then this is pretty straightforward. Top wave may be good enough to end. Let's see if that's what they're going to go for. Clid might die here if he face checks the Senna. This is a 1 auto into Q. Oh, didn't get the auto, I think. Maybe it did. As long as Hourglass 2 OP. Yeah, this is no end again. Kramer's wasting enough time. Here comes Sett. He's jogging and jogging and jogging. The root doesn't land. Kramer. And then boom. Yeah. Just at this point when Gen.G realized that they just don't need to run in with Sett and Volibear, that they can just play time, it becomes much easier for them. Because look at the Gragas ultimate. That's fucking beautiful. The moment Leona enters, look at Clid playing bowling, man. Like that fucking episode of the Flintstones, just knocks everyone away. The follow-up is not there besides the Senna ultimate, but that's not good enough. And then boom, Mark of course melts as Black Cleavers and armor penetration. Tanks are no longer tanks. Life somehow survives, even though he ran into that fight like an absolute maniac. BDD dies because the AP numbers that she has at this point are just too big. And Shia at 4 core is going to be able to choose his target and kill that target. But Ashe is lying and waiting. Still, LGD got the Drake, so the game is still wide open. If LGD still gets some crazy stun from Syndra and they pop someone, still, it's possible. Rascal with a very clever itemization. I really like the Solari here. Solari is very good here, and it is going to make Syndra so much more useless because, yeah, you can make someone survive the one-shot. So the Solari, if you can finish it before this Drake, I think with perfect play, Genji should win easy. But perfect play is not the name of the game today. We saw some silliness today. Let's be honest. Well, not today, but in this game. This is the lowest quality game we saw all day long. And to say that with a team that includes Genji, you know, if we want to jump to conclusions after one day of play, it's like TSM Fnatic are gonna go into the group. But of course, I say this jokingly. Because Genji seem nervous. They seem very nervous in their play. So Nash start, Lang X ult on. I think Genji can just play patient here and just wait for Lang X ult to be off. There's no pressure at all for them here. They can just walk through mid, go through bottom, the arrow, Lang flash, that's super clutch. I think they can just go through mid, pressure the inhib, make LGD walk all the way around and then go towards Nash. They can even start hitting it, like they kill it pretty easy, and Volibear is not going to take any damage. Renekton no flash, no ult, makes him pretty goddamn useless with the fight. Peanut, can he steal it? He has ult. And there is Klid with a clean smite, no problem at all. Genji can walk away. Nashor is not going to be super deciding here because both teams are on soul points. Just comes down to the additional stats and additional gold. If Volibear can eat the Gromp now and get Solari, I think pretty free win for Genji, honestly. But you know, Peanut gets a nice smite, and there you go. You know, he fucking gets a soul for his team and can maybe win the game. That's the Solari purchase of Volibear. We like it. No magic resistance on Ashe as well. Ruler kept himself very alive and safe after some early blunders in the game. We just keep him to a very high standard because I put Ruler number 1 on my AD carry list. "20 seconds. Live doing the Hilly-san, just giving Nash to the wave that his team is leaving. By a little bit of extra time. Because here are also a lot of supers they like to keep. Ooh, Klid, you have Zhonya's. So very late Zhonya's. Life with a very nice stun. And there's the Gragas ultimate. You see the counter in action. Life, you can just stay in that ultimate. That Kindred ultimate is for you. And there we go. That's why Kindred blind is tricky. Xie might die to the Ignite. Very close. He survives. And that should be game. I think Genji had the better draft and they had better conditions to win the game. But due to a lot of blunders, getting hit by Syndra stuns and CCs that LGD threw at them, this game became super long. And right now, the longest game we have had at the World Championship so far past the play-ins. Just go end. I don't know why Genji are playing so weird. They are doing very silly things. Like instead of just focusing on pushing down mid and maybe sending one person to cancel some recalls, they could have just gone for the straight up end. And there we go. Genji take 1-0 in this group, but not in a convincing fashion at all. This is against an LGD that we are not surprised that they have some struggles, but Mark found some good vision opportunities. Genji, like BDD with some silly plays, Ruler with some mistakes that gave LGD a lot of breathing room when in reality they should have been in a losing position. I think if anyone deserves the MVP, it's of course Klid and Rascal. The two players people had the least hype about when it comes to the Genji roster, and I feel like that's the story of today. The players that are the most hyped, not delivering in a fashion that we would expect, but then again it's best of one, and some of the players that have gone under the radar to play even better. Oh, something is up with Ruler, no? What's up with Ruler? He had this paper at his ear, and then he's holding his neck. Like, Ruler's in pain, no? What's going on with Ruler? Like, what's going on with Ruler? That's what I'm worried about now when it comes to Genji. I guess maybe we can find out more as we proceed, but definitely has me worried. Thank you so much for watching my review of this game, or my reaction, whatever you want to call it. I'll catch you guys on the next one. The next one's going to be a banger, TSM versus Fnatic. Thank you very much.